Hello, Brightwood Tigers. Today in math, we're going to talk some more about shapes. Let's review the shapes that we talked about yesterday. Shapes that are called three-dimensional shapes. They're not flat. All right, so here is a three-dimensional shape that we talked about yesterday. Do you remember what it's called? Yes, it's called a sphere. And what are the attributes of a sphere? A sphere has no flat faces and no points. All right? A sphere can also roll, can't it? And we have many things around us that are spheres, like balls, a marble, even the planet Earth is a sphere. Another shape that's three-dimensional that we talked about yesterday is this shape. What is this called? This is a cone, that's right. A cone has one point and one face. Those are the attributes of a cone. One point and one face. And we talked about some things that have that shape, like an ice cream cone or a party hat. We looked at pictures of that. All right, another shape that we talked about yesterday that's three-dimensional is this one. What is this called? This is a cylinder, that's right. A cylinder has no points and it has how many faces? One and two. It has two faces. And it can roll, can't it? A cylinder has two faces and no points. Another shape that we talked about yesterday is this one. Do you remember what the name of this one is? That's called a rectangular prism. Say rectangular prism. And a rectangular prism has 6 faces and 8 points. 6 faces and 8 points. We have many things around us that are shaped like that, like a box of tissues. Here's something else that is a rectangular prism that I found in my kitchen. All right. So let's talk about the last one. Do you remember what this three-dimensional shape is called? Yes, this is a cube. What are the attributes of a cube? A cube has 6 square faces and 8 points. Remember that a cube is also a rectangular prism, but it's also called a cube because all of the faces are square. And I crossed out this up here because I had the wrong word yesterday. I was so tired, boys and girls. So I should have written the word cube. This is a cube. It has 6 square faces and 8 points. Okay, so those are our three-dimensional shapes that we talked about. Today we're going to go back and talk about two-dimensional shapes, which are also flat shapes, like the hexagon, the trapezoid, the square. They're flat. They're two-dimensional shapes. So let's read our essential statement. E.S. I can make two-dimensional shapes with other two-dimensional shapes. Did you know that you can make two-dimensional shapes, boys and girls, with other shapes that are two-dimensional? Well, let's see what we can do. Let me show you. I'm going to push this down so you can have a better look. I'm going to put some two-dimensional shapes or flat shapes on this white board. So I'm going to, well, let me just start off with a trapezoid. Okay? Did you know that I could take some other shapes and make a trapezoid just like that? I can use a triangle. I can use 3 triangles, boys and girls, to make a trapezoid just like that. If I push them together, see? So I have 3 triangles, and I'm just pushing them together like that to make a trapezoid. And it looks just like this one. Okay? I made a trapezoid, but I used triangles. All right, let's see. Let me make another one. What if I took 2 squares? Could I make another shape? Another flat shape with 2 squares? Push them together, and I made a what? I made a rectangle that has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. 2 long sides, 2 short sides. So we can make many shapes like that, boys and girls, by using other shapes. Excuse me. So what I want you to do today is you're going to practice doing that, but since you don't have the shapes like you would have had them in the classroom, you're going to practice doing it online. So I'm going to show you that in the next video. Okay?